Hello, Hassan from Hassan Reviews is here, and so today's not the video I was originally planning to do. In fact, my original plan is going to be pushed back to next week because, well, I'm reviewing this today, and then I'm reviewing the Batman at the end of the week. So, yeah. But, in the meantime, we are reviewing Hayao Miyazaki's The Wind Rises. Now, this is a movie I've always had plans of seeing one day, but, you know, it took a while, but, well, I finally have given it a go. So this was meant to be Miyazaki's final film, and, well, until recently when he's now stepped out of retirement to make a new film. So, well, for what was meant to be his final masterpiece, does it live up to his enormous, his repertoire? Well, obviously, yes. So the story focuses on, so this is actually the first time Miyazaki does a movie based on a true story. This is the story of Jiro Horikoshi, a Japanese aviator who created the World War II fighting planes used by Japan during, well, you know, the planes used by Japan during World War II, the kamikazes. Now, many people consider him a bad person, considering what he created caused the deaths of so many people. The destruction, you know, a whole pretty much was used as a war weapon. However, Miyazaki, it's important to know that one of the quotes that Jiro made during an interview after World War II, I think it was after World War II, but one of his quotes was, "All I wanted to do was make something beautiful." And in many ways, Miyazaki has used that quote to craft an amazing movie. This is something very special, eh? It's not. It's probably one of the most it's among his more down-to-earth movies, to be honest. I mean, there's no real climax. There's no real major plot twist and all that. It's just It's just the life of this man who wanted to achieve his dream. And in many ways, he did, even though it did lead to something, you know, very, very horrific. And while they do drop hint, and while there is various moments during the movie where many people from the Japanese government to Germans drop hints of what he's actually getting himself into, he doesn't really know what to think of it and just wants to continue doing what he loves. And in many ways, we can relate to that. And while it's not that there's not much whimsy when it comes to the animation, to be honest, like Miyazaki's other films, although there is an earthquake, which is probably a first he did for a film. There are still some very unique elements, including dream sequences where Jiro meets with his hero Caproni, an Italian famous airplane designer. So that is great, and I love everything in it. Everything feels natural. It just flows well, and the writing is just perfect. I find the characters really relatable, and Jiro himself is a great protagonist. The English dub is pretty good too. Joseph Gordon-Levitt plays Jiro, and he is perfect in this role. I cannot think of anyone else who could have done a better job. All the other actors are great. Emily Blunt, Martin Short, Stanley Tucci, Manny Patinkin, William H. Macy, John Krasinski. They're all good in their roles, and they do a fantastic job. Though, can someone tell me where does Elijah Wood make his cameo in it? I hear he's in it, but I don't, know the character, to be honest. I find the animation is really good, even though it is one of the more simpler Miyazaki films, as it doesn't revolve around fantasy, but it's still really, really strong animation. And the ending might just be one of the most unique endings I know, where it's the final dream sequence, and it takes place after World War II, and boy is that shot both beautiful and haunting at the same time. Watch it yourself and you'll see how much that image will just pop in your head. It's just so good. In terms of cons, the only thing I can think of is just when it comes to, I think I notice this a lot, is that there are awkward moments in terms of the animation with some Japanese films, not just with Hayao Miyazaki, but I mean stuff like when a character's crying in this, it just seems strange. It just doesn't look right. I don't know how, but it just seems strange to me. And I'm sure it does for a lot of people. But in many ways, I consider this film very similar to Prince of Egypt, where, yeah, there's some artistic liberties taken here and there, but, the core of it still remains faithful, and, you gotta enjoy it. And it still looks good. I'd say the only other thing I would give is I'm not sure how the romance works in this. I mean, with Jiro's wife. I don't know. Could someone give me some info of how that actually went? Because I don't know. Just something didn't feel right, and I don't know. I need more information. But in the end, I really do enjoy The Wind Rises. It is a fantastic movie. If you're a fan of Studio Ghibli, Hayao Miyazaki, and Japanese animation, give us a watch. Yeah, the topic at hand can be seen as very controversial, but I'd say if you're willing to look past that, you'll get a great movie, hands down. A 9.5 out of 10 has stars. Love it. So, as I said before, the next review will be The Batman. I'm going to watch it on Friday, and hopefully I'll review it Saturday night. So, if not, then Sunday night. I promise I'll get it done as quickly as possible. Promise. Cross my fingers. But in the meantime, this is Hazza from Hazza Reviews out, and I will see you for my next video. Ciao.